Hi, my name is Joshua Osei, and today I'm going to be talking about my most prized possession. My most prized possession was given to me by my grandfather. My grandfather was the only father figure I had during my lifetime, so this possession is pretty much stuck with me, and I've seen it for a good majority of my life, and it's followed me probably ever since I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I liked trains a lot. I think the thing about trains that I liked so much was just like the fact that it would go, trains would just go across the US at the time, and they got to see, well, being a train conductor, you could see all the wildlife. You could see the Midwest, you could see the West, you could literally see all of nature. And my grandfather at the time, he had a stopwatch, and this is that watch right there. Well, basically this watch was handed to me by my grandmother. My grandfather had passed away sometime during high school, and how I felt at the time, I really liked the watch. It meant a lot to me, but it's kind of like a passing of the torch, and I was really upset. It was a nice, I'm glad, when I look at it, I always remember my grandfather, and I remember a lot of what he taught me. He didn't need to say anything really, but it's just the lessons that I learned by just being around him. But getting this, it made me happy that I had something of him, and sad that he was out of my life at the time. And it was a huge part of me growing up, because it was just okay, now that's the only person that I had in my life that was a father figure. I have to focus more on myself. I have to be independent. I can't always depend on my parents. I just have to break off, and yeah, it showed me a lot, and it was a bittersweet moment. I was happy and I was sad at the same time. I guess a big reason of why he gave me this watch was sometimes when I would watch old TV shows with him, I'd sometimes crawl up and just look through his drawer, and I'd always see this watch, and I'd start playing with it at that time. And I guess he knew that I had some appreciation, or I was always drawn to that watch. So typically he just gave it to me. My mom, most of the time, she was in school trying to get her degree, she always aimed for a better life, trying to always work on herself, something that I still do to this day. So with that being said, my grandfather, he was the only person that could take me anywhere. So most of the time he would be the father figure in my life. He would take me to soccer practice, baseball practice, basically anything that I wanted to try out for, my grandfather would be there. If I wanted to give up, he'd always give me words of encouragement, or he'd make sure I'd never give up. It kind of built me up with who I am, to not give up, to just keep on working on yourself, keep on just doing what you're doing, and eventually it'll pay off. It may be tough at the time, and it may be a lot of work, but a lot of things in life take work. So I learned a lot about what it takes to be a man, or just what it takes to just be there for someone. I learned a lot about support. I learned about loyalty. I just learned to put as much effort into people, and don't always expect anything. Just be there for them, support them when they need it, because not everyone loses hope, but then everyone needs a support system as well. So it doesn't work, but it's not about it working. It's just it focuses so much on who I am, kind of, because in knowing me, I kind of always focus on time. Time is a really big, time means a lot to me, or just the whole meaning of time. Going somewhere, I'm usually early, because then I hate being late, or I'm always worried about being the last person there. So, and with the huge train at the front of it, it makes me remember the time I did have with my grandfather. I currently store this on top of my dresser, which is right next to my bed. Possibly if I was about to pass away, I'd probably give this to the next person that I thought deserved this, or that meant a lot to me in my life. But as of now, this would probably stick with me until death. In terms of fixing it in any other way, I think I probably just like fix the battery, and that's pretty much it. I like the condition that it's in right now. It's old, but it has like a lot of character. It has like a lot of history with it, and yeah. I think what I'd like to say is, for any relatives or for your grandparents or your uncles or aunts, yeah, you guys like may not call them, but make sure to actually leave a message, or just like try to like start like some conversation every now and then, because when they are gone, it's not like you can just talk to them like easily, because then they're going to be dead. But yeah, just talk to them for as much as possible, because you never know like what could happen. They could pass away, they get into a car crash, a lot of things could happen. So make sure to talk to whoever you love every day, and just know that, or just be there for them when they need the help or support. Just that the person that gave me this watch, I love them very much. Yeah. I miss them every day. And that's it. That's my most prized possession. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys would like to see another member's prized possession, click on the video right here. Right here. That way. And she was pointing that way. Click on the video right here. Right here.
If you guys truly enjoy anime and mangas, I would highly recommend that you guys actually buy the physical copy, because for me it's important that these artists survive, and I want them to continue to create content for us and to create stories and illustrations for us. And so for me, whenever I bought a book or like bought a manga, I was like, yeah, support the artist.